Random wheeler. How many people purchased the software? Put a one in the chat. I see some new people that haven't been here before. How many people haven't purchased the software? Actually, let me ask that question. It's a better question to ask today. All right, let's see. All right, DeMarco, where did you come from? Darius, Schmitty, who'd you come? Dion, who did you come from? Okay, so what I want you guys to do is go register for the software. You don't have to purchase it yet. Okay, go to Darius. Ray's gonna drop the link in the chat right now. Go to Darius's software, register for it. It's free. Okay, I want to get everybody registered today. So if you're ready to sign up, by the time you're done with class, you can sign up because you'll know how to use it. Awesome. Um, Sherman, I got you done. Dayona, that will get you the same thing. You'll be able to do that. I'm grandfathered in. Oh, damn. Okay. Wow, I haven't heard that one in a long time. Somebody's rocking the original. Awesome. Um, if everybody's registered, let's put a ready in the chat. I'm going to give it like 5 more minutes, but I will allow you guys to come off mute, ask any questions if you have any minor questions that need to be answered. I'll let you guys know. I'm sorry, I'm still tired. I am. I was working until like four o'clock in the morning last night, so I am a little tired. But I'll let you guys ask questions. Raise your hand. I'll let you come off mute, and we'll get started at 10 minutes after. If there are no questions, I'll get started. Yes, Miss Lee. Good morning. How? I didn't. We never made it to Atlanta. Nope. Flight got canceled twice. Yeah. Yep. No, no, no. I appreciate it. No, I was not gonna make it today. I'll be honest with you. I was exhausted. Um, Flight got canceled to Atlanta on Thursday night. They canceled after 4 times that they changed it. We called in. I went up to the lady. I said, "Oh, this is great. The flight just landed. They're just looking for a gate. As soon as they have a gate, they'll uh, they'll get you rocking and rolling." The lady comes up and she's like, "Yeah, flight's canceled." What? Oh yeah, we don't have a crew to work the plane. Excuse you. I was ready to lose my stuff. I was ready to lose my stuff. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. And then the flight got canceled in the morning. I guess they overbooked flights. So I just said whatever. At this point, I wasn't making it in time for Dion's thing and all that stuff. And I was like, whatever the case. I'm like, at this point, nothing's going to get me. We even tried to, whatchamacallit, charter a jet. That it had nothing to do with Trump, Joanne. It was weather. It had nothing to do with that. I was like, I don't like getting political, so please, guys, don't put anything with politics in the thing. We don't like that here. Everything was weather based. There was like, I guess there was like a huge ass hurricane in Jamaica or something that made it all the way up here, and it stopped everything. So yeah. Okay. Joanne, you're up, and let's rock. Mm. Joanne, this class is not for the score machine, please. This is only for Dion's and the credit repair software. Ray will call Ray today. Ray will help you with the score machine. Okay. All right, guys. We are. Let's get rolling. Can everybody see my screen? Throw one in the chat if you can see my screen. Awesome. Nobody has any credit repair questions before we get rocking and rolling? This is my first ever. Oh, awesome. I hope I do a good job for you today. How do I get started? We'll go. Well, you register for the software, right, Sherman? Okay, so if you get started, I'm literally going to walk. This is the basic class. I'm literally going to walk you through everything. How to run your first attack, what package to purchase today, why to purchase packages, what we do with it, how to go over everything. We have the FAQ section as well. I'm going to do a lot of stuff with you guys today to go over everything with the software. I will pause at certain points. I'm not going to whatchamacallit. I turn off the ability for you to unmute yourself. Give me 1 second because I didn't do that. I turn off the ability for you to unmute yourself when we're going through it. Beautiful. What will happen is I want everybody to raise their hand when they have a question. And when I get up, I'll be on the board when we get to certain parts. So Ray's basically my assistant in here. Ray will go over anything that we're doing. And Ray will unmute you. So just put your hand up at any point. We'll get rocking and rolling. Again, can everybody tell me if you can see my screen? I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I had to put it down and up at the same time. Just raise your hand and we'll get rocking and rolling. We'll go from there. I'm sorry. like I said, I'm just exhausted. I'm going to bring as much energy as I possibly can bring, but we're going to get rocking and rolling. So if everybody registers, you're going to be in this screen over here. When you get to this screen, yes, your software may look different. FICO Fixers has its own logo over here, its own colors, but the majority of the screen is the same. My software, because I said somebody from my community in here, FICO Forge has its own logo and its own colors. So for everybody, every software is different in the sense of color and logo, but the majority of the software is exactly the same. So you don't have, oh, let me go to another software. No, there's no need. Just stay where you're at. Everything will be good to rock and roll. I'm going to show everybody how to get to the FAQ list over here so you guys can read. Sure, that's sign-in sheet. Got you right here. I'm just going to post a link. I'm going to show you guys how to get to the FAQ section. There's two ways you can get the FAQ section. You get started, go to FAQ, or you go to FAQ over here. I'm just going to click this one and we're going to get rocking and rolling. So I read the first 6 slides of the FAQ section, okay? And we go from there. Do my letters need to be printed in color? No, your letters do not have to be printed in color, and yes, you can print on both sides. Do I have to staple my letters? No. Do I have to mail my letters all together? Mail your letters in separate envelopes if the letters are going to the same address. Do I mail my letters certified? Personal preference. I always say this, do what's right for your pocket. So always do what's right for your pocket. If mailing it standard is better, then do mailing standard. If you got a little extra cash and you want to do the certified option, always do the certified option. That's my professional opinion. You have a tracking number. You're able to track it to when it gets to the bureau. How are you supposed to know if it arrived or not if you can't see when it's there? So that's, again, professional opinion. Also, if you have extra cash. If you don't have extra cash, mailing it standard is just fine. What credit monitoring services can I use? We have 4 options in the software that you can use: My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, Smart Credit, My Score IQ. Ladies and gentlemen, we only use My Free Score Now. Yes, all these options are here, but My Free Score Now is the best because it allows for you to retain the Epic Pro report, and the Epic Pro report is the most aggressive report, which gives you access to the most aggressive attack. So because that's there, excuse me, because that's there, that's the report you want to use. Oh, sorry, give me a second, guys. I sneeze. Apologize, I had to sneeze. When will I see results? Try not to judge results until after your 4th round has been mailed. How often are trainings? Trainings are held on Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m., Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m., and Saturday at 11 a.m. Hey, we're in the Saturday one. Woohoo! How will I get a link for training? The link for training will always be posted in the M2 Facebook group, and links are located on the home screen of your software. Now, for everybody that came through another group via school, GHL, communities, whatever it is, yes, your community has that. There's also the school links and all that stuff, but the majority of the way that you guys can get in is right here. Want a live walkthrough? Just come over here and click this link. That's the easiest way to get in. Now, I posted a question in the group, but it did not get posted. Allow the team 24 hours to make sure that it meets the community standards. Again, if you're wondering what group got questions, the free communities right here on the dashboard, just click that. How do I purchase more individual attacks? On the M2 software, you will click pricing, include additional attacks to purchase more. Just to give you guys an idea. Pricing, purchase additional attacks. It's right here. How do I upgrade or downgrade my subscription? Now, before I read this, thank you, William. Before I go and read this, I want everybody to understand this. I explain this to everybody that comes into this class. Make sure you're done with your subscription before you go up or down. And what does that mean? Okay. If you cancel your subscription, which needs to be done, okay? If you cancel your subscription and say, "Oh, I needed to generate 2 more attacks for this month, but I'm gonna generate, I want to upgrade per se, right?" And you run out of the house, you forget to upgrade, you come back, you're like, "Oh, you know what? I don't want to upgrade. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at." And you canceled, you can't get back into the attack area. You can't get back into what you were doing. So what I always tell everybody is make sure you're done with your subscription. Okay? This will generate the credit repair letters that you need to send to the Bureau. Yes, Jamal. Make sure you're done with your subscription. Once you're done with your subscription, then that's when you upgrade or downgrade. So I always like to say that because when you cancel, you're not getting it back. So always make sure you cancel before you, before you upgrade or downgrade. How can I locate the letters that have been generated? In the Send Rounds of Attack tab, click on the profile name, locate the letters previously generated. How do I pay for the software to mail your letters? Before you generate your letters, you pick a PAMS member on the Printing and Mailing Service tab, and you will receive an invoice in 24 hours. My team, because I am one of the providers, if they send you an invoice in 24 hours, something is catastrophically wrong and you went to the wrong place. We send it to you in a matter of 10 minutes. If it's not out in 10 minutes, I will give you a phone number at the end of class today, which will, you guys can get in touch with us directly and say, "Hey, look, I sent in my rounds of attack. I haven't heard anything. Can somebody let me know what's going on?" As long as you send it to us. There are 3 different companies that work in this software. It's not one PAMS provider. It's 3 different companies. And I'll talk more about the printing when we get to that point, and we'll go from there. How many attacks do I use each round? 1 attack will be used per round per profile. This will attack all negative items in the account. So guys, this confuses everybody. So I'm going to break it down for everybody in the simplest thing, and put a 5 in the chat if you understand this. If you don't understand it, okay, raise your hand, come off mute, and I'm going to ask you where you lost. I want to explain this to you. Okay? Everybody has a profile that they will upload, right? That profile that they're going to upload is going to have all the negative items on it. The software will generate an unlimited amount of letters and pages for an unlimited amount of negative items for that singular profile. So if you upload your profile today, I'm going to use Sherman as the example because he's the only one that's got his camera on. Okay, thank you, Sherman. I'm sorry, I'm not going to, I didn't mean it. But Sherman's got a camera on right now. Sherman comes to me and he uploads his credit report. And Sherman's got 1 million negative items on his credit report. Well, the software is going to generate 3 million letters, and it's going to generate 30 million pages per one token or one general attack. That's the name of the thing. So I'm going to explain that one more time. Sherman comes in. He's got another client, okay? And Sherman puts another client, and that person's got 30,000 or 10,000 negative items. It's going to generate 30,000 letters and 300,000 pages for that same one token. Does that make sense? He used 2 tokens. Put a 5 in the chat if that makes sense. This AI will generate a massive amount of letters and pages for your system, but you have to understand it's per singular profile. Now, I'm going to throw a caveat in there. If you mess up and put the wrong thing in, it will still generate all of that, but now you lose that round. I'll explain that more in detail when we get into the software. But as long as you guys understand that piece, you guys are ahead of everybody else. I promise you. What are individual attacks? These are the letters that are created to attack the problematic accounts reported on your credit report. Do I need to attach a copy of my ID, social card, and address? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't, they will send you back a letter that says you have not attached it. So don't waste your time and don't attach it. Okay? And then this is my last page. I love reading this one. How often do you send out a round of attack? Round of attack should be mailed out every 15 to 30 days. Do I need to remove the accounts, the positive accounts listed on my credit report? No, the AI system will be able to handle it. And then, do I need to check the green boxes in the do-it-yourself option? More effective, will create more letters. Again, always do what's right for your pocket. Okay. Do not attach PDFs. Yes, we'll get to that piece. I'll explain that when we actually get into the software. Because it's easier to explain over here where can everybody see it. So, oops, I gotta log in. Woohoo, I'm here. All right, so, ready? Most important page. Dion. This is the person's name, email address, which is also their username, and that general attacks, aka tokens I was talking about before. This is that. Okay? So when we're looking at this, and we see this, and we see that 980, we know that this person has 980 attacks, and they can attack 980 credit profiles. I showed you guys the community. If you have any technical software questions, you hit support ticket. And then these are the 2 walkthroughs that are provided on the Phenom software. This is the only one that's provided on all the softwares, while this one is provided just for Phenom alone. Okay? Questions on this page, throw a hand up. If not, put a 1 in the chat. Let's move forward. Awesome. Get Started tab is where we have the ability for everybody to go through videos and get a refresher in case that they get lost. These are all here. You can go through them at any point in time. Just watch them personally, necessarily. Once you come to this class, we go a little more in depth in the videos too. Not no, these are just get started. That's what that is. But once you have the class, we'll give you access to the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel, watch the videos on the YouTube channel. We go through all these classes are posted every. I think every time that we have a class, my team posts all those videos up on YouTube. You can watch that at any time. Ray will drop the link at the end of the class, just so everybody can get it. Now I'm going to go into one of the most important sections to get started. Okay. I'm not going to talk poo-poo about any package, but there is a package that is not created equally. Okay? The package that is not created equally, that is not made for people to actually get started, is this one right here. Oop, let me make my color orange. Sorry. This one right here. Why? This one is the downgrade package. And everybody's heard me talk about that. That's been in the class before. This is your downgrade package. I've ran the software. I understand a little bit about the software. And I downgrade to this package when I don't have the people or the clients that I need. I downgrade and I get an extra. I just get one token and I'm able just to have my subscription. Okay? The camera followed me, didn't it? Damn it. Apologize. That was disgusting. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. When I'm talking about this over here, this package over here is the one that we don't want. And I'll explain to you why you don't want to get started with this one. You have 97. You're going to make 2 errors. The 2 errors, each error is going to cost you $40. In the long run, this package to get started is going to cost you $177, aka $30 more, and you get an extra token in this one. So the tokens in this one are 4, 8, 17, 30, and 100. These packages do this one's 1 to 2 people. This one's 2 to 4, 10, 15, and 50. Now, I know an FAQ is about to come out real quickly. Here's the thing. Each of these tokens that they're giving, each of these things that they're, or general attacks that they're giving you, is the access to that token to pay the AI to generate the letter. When you generate the letter with the AI, right, you're going to be wobbly in the beginning. Even if you take 100 of these classes, you're going to be wobbly to understand. Yes, you have 1 month to use it, DeMarco. Okay? You're going to be wobbly. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you're using this for 2 months, get yourself 2 months, right? Then downgrade. Now you understand how to use the software, or I'm not really doing it. I'm just doing it for myself. Still, stay here for 2 months. Go over here. I've made plenty of errors in class while I was doing software. And swear, wasn't me not focusing or anything. It was just me going fast. You know, life be lifing. And I made an error and I've generated letters and utilized the token. Now, it happens to everybody. It's not just me. I've seen it with people that generate and send us letters all the time. We double check the letters for you, but you always want to make sure that you have enough tokens, because purchasing another one is going to get you annoyed. And I know a lot of clients get annoyed when it does this. So always start with this package. Professional opinion over here, and I wouldn't tell you something that I wouldn't do for myself. Here's my own software. I have my own version of M2. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Make sure I'm logged in. Here you go. I have my own version of M2. I'm going to go to the pricing section. Select subscription. Here. I pay $147. I've been paying $147 since June 13th. So I would never ever tell anybody in this room, anybody, something I wouldn't do. Personally, this is something I do. Start here. No need to downgrade. if you don't have to. Stack the GAs, wait until the clients come in, and then go forward. If you're not getting clients, you're just taking care of family members, even better. Okay? Cool? Cool. Questions here. Raise your hand. Yes, sir, Sherman. Go to the bigger package. Yes, I'm telling everybody to get started. That I'll be honest with you. A lot of people that come in don't have 4 to 7 people that want to get started. They normally have like, oh, I got me and somebody else. So go to the package that fits you. If you ask me that question at the end of class, I can go a little. I can go a little more in depth on that at the end of class. Let's just say, let's get rocking and rolling. Does anybody have any questions with actual subscriptions? No? Cool. Put a ready in the chat if we're ready to move forward. You guys have actually been great. We're going to keep going like this. It's going to be really good in here. Cliff. I'm alive, man. I'm on the right side of the ground. So good. Yep. Dion. Yes, that's these tokens. All right. Before you go any further, I have no clue what you're talking about. So yeah, you would have to go into your community and make sure that your community goes there. And also, if you do that before you make that purchase, I would double check and see if that purchase is still that the offer, whatever it is in your community, is still active. The reason that I'm saying that is I have no clue what's in everybody's individual community. I'll be honest with you. I get told to teach this class on Wednesday and Saturday. I come in and I teach it to the best of my ability. But being able to answer the question that you have, I actually don't have a clue. I'll be honest. I don't know, but that's why I said go back into your community, ask that question, come back into class. The purchase is easy to make, but all the extra stuff that is going on, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think there's like 98 versions of the software, right? Yeah, they're in about 3 months. I think it's 3 months. It could be in the next month. They're about to open up the floodgates to let everybody purchase their own version of the software. We're about to literally. I'll be able to sell your own version of the software in about 3 months. I think that's what Dion told me. In about 3 months, it could be sooner. So if you're on the fence and you want your own software, get ready because it's about to come. It's going to be a little pricey, but when I'm saying pricey, it's not going to be 10 or $15,000. I don't even know if it's going to be $5,000 or $7,000. I know that it's going to be less than that. They're just putting all the logistics together. Once those logistics are done, then you'll actually be able to purchase your own version of the software like I have. You'll have your own name, you'll have your own stuff. It takes a month to build it out. And then after that build out is done, you'll have your own version of the software where you could sell it to your own clients. So instead of you doing credit repair, now you're selling DIY credit repair. You're selling your own version of the software, which is a game changer. And that's the key. That's the key for everybody is that the game is going to change. You know, people are realizing the software is that powerful, and being able to utilize the software to build like that, it's going to be crazy. So that's why I said I don't know what's going on with that. I know Darius probably has the ability to do something. Schmitty has his own ability. There's a bunch of people in here that are in that grouping that have the ability to do stuff that I just don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't know. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, that's what you're gonna do. I don't like to lie to people. I like to just give you the truth and go from there. Yeah, I got you. Sure. Okay, sure. Hey, look, like I said, I don't know, but again, I guarantee if you go into the group and they say, "Oh yeah, that's what you got to do. You just got to put a support ticket in or something." That's all you got to do. Just put a support ticket, and they'll give your group. And I guarantee you, I'll shoot it in a text today to Dion about the offer and see what's going on. I know we have a meeting on Monday with him and his team, and I can ask that in there for everybody. All right, everybody good here? Are we ready to move forward? One, perfect. Cool. If you guys haven't got a credit report yet, if you click in your software and go to My Free Score Now, register over here. Each software is going to have their own version of My Free Score Now. So make sure that you're going into your software and getting that. As long as the Epic Pro report is unlocked, basically, if you see a name up here for a company, the Epic Pro report is unlocked. If you don't and you see My Free Score Now, that's when you're going to have an issue. You might have to call My Free Score Now to get the product unlocked, get the Epic Pro report unlocked. So that's done. That's done. You have the report scoreboard where you can see your reports. Just click your client name, select the report. Now you can see some scores and things like that, how it goes up, goes around. Say that again. Basically, if you go over here, see how they're... No, you're going to send this link out to your clients to register for their version of that. Just Sherman, you got two questions that you have to write down and ask me at the end of class. Okay? That's dos. Write that down and ask me. That's two. What you want to do is make sure that you're here and you have that. Okay? I'll talk to you guys about that have people. Here's your report scoreboard. This is where all your credit reports are going to be pulled. You go over here, pull that here, and you're good to rock and roll. Now, I'm going to get into one of the most important areas in here. This is the attack area. This is not the attack area. This is manage all profiles area. This is where we create a profile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up. I have a board that I write things on that I can actually go up and write it on the board. Okay? When I go up to the board, I'm not going to be able to see anything. Ray's gonna be able to unmute you if you do have a question. I don't know if Ray's still here. He is. Okay. Okay. I don't see your camera. That's why I'm like, where is he? Ray will be able to see you, but I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna teach you guys how to set up a profile. Okay, perfectly. Right? Ready? When I click add profile, I'm gonna come over here and now I'm gonna go up to the board. So you guys are gonna see me disappear. Okay. So I like to do this in colors. And what I like to do is I like to break this down into 3 different colors so you guys understand there's 3 different documents that need to be utilized to get your profile set up correctly. Document 1 is going to be your ID, okay, or passport, or driver's license, DL, okay? And they're going to go in only the information in these boxes these 3 boxes right here. This is the only information that I care about. Okay? I do not care to put this information anywhere else. So I'm going to put first name and middle name in this box. Middle name. Last name and suffix in this box. Okay? So, John, Joe, Smith Jr. Date of birth 01/01/1990. Okay? Now, that is the easiest way to go through this and say to you guys, excuse me, and say to you guys that this is this person. This is what's on their ID. Now, why do I say that? Without knowing, without looking in the monitor, right? Ray, come off mute and tell me if this happens, right? I'm going to say this to everybody. Be honest right now, okay? I guarantee there's one person in the group right now that has their ID that doesn't match at the current address that they're living at. Put a 1 in the chat if your ID doesn't match the current address that you're living at. I know you guys can't see me, but my hand is raised because my current address does not match my ID. So I'm at least 1. How many 1s do we have? Count, Ray. How many 1s? We have 4 people in the room right now that this pertains to you. This is why I do this, and if I explain it this way, it doesn't matter if your ID matches your address, because if you do it this way, you will never ever make a mistake in this software. This is how people make mistakes. So if you run it this way, after you do the ID, passport, or driver's license, you take this information off, you take that, you put it down to the side, do not look at it again. Let's go to the next color. The next color is going to be orange, and that's going to be your Social Security card. Well, you do your SSC or W-2, okay, or first page of your tax form, okay, or tax, okay, right? 000000012. Okay? Now, some people are going to be wise with me in here and tell me, you got to fill in the phone number. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the phone number over here. Ready? All right. Perfect. That's the phone number. Now, what color do I normally use for this? Is green. Ready? The last piece, this is your proof of address. This is how you prove where you live. Okay? And this is the one that everybody messes up. So P-O-A. Not power of attorney. It's proof of address. Why am I doing this? Because I'm going to show you how people make a mistake. I live at 8 Northwest Frog Lane, APT 2B. Everything is spelled out. Everything is spelled out. You don't leave any ambiguity for the Bureau. You don't give them the opportunity to tell you that, oh, that's not right, or though this is this, or that. Nope, you don't give them that. No. Kiss my butt. Okay? I'm being very frugal. Kiss my butt. You're not going to do that. When you send that letter, you're going to send that letter with perfection, okay? That when they're going to look at it, they're either going to stall you out immediately, or they're going to start your investigation. Our goal is for them to start the investigation. Now, we can't pick if we're going to get a stall letter or an investigation, but we can try our best by giving them all the data that they need to do to make sure that they start the investigation. Okay? Now, your city. This is the biggest one. Who in here, so I can use an actual live example, has a city that if they're sitting in their city right now currently, that if they go a little bit to the left, it's one city's name, and if they go a little bit to the right, even though it's the same city, it's a different city. Mr. Morris, I don't know how to pronounce it. What's that city? Tell me. Come off mute. Ray, unmute him. Mandine Morris. Grand Forks. What's the name of the city that if you do Grand Forks, what's the other city name? Okay, so East Grand Forks and Grand Forks. This is huge, guys. So I'm using his example just to let you guys know. If you put East Grand Forks, right, but your proof of address says Grand Forks, the bureau and the letter that you send in to verify who you are, they'll send you back a letter that says that the address verification is incorrect. So I used New York, for example. New York City has Manhattan. Okay, that's the actual what New York City is called. That's the borough. Okay, but everybody knows it as New York City, right? It's just New York, and then over here in the state, it's New York. Now, 10038. Okay, if my proof of address says Manhattan, I'm going to use Manhattan. But if my proof of address says New York, I'm going to use New York. You need to make sure whatever's on the proof of address, you utilize. Well, my ID says something else. ID is only for the blue boxes. That's why I'm drawing this in different colors. That's why I'm trying to explain to you guys that this is the most important section. When Ray is overlooking your letter, when you send in a letter for it to be, it to be processed, and Ray overlooks your letter and he sees your letter, excuse me, and he sees that you have a problem with your letter, that your address doesn't match, he's going to deny your letter immediately. Especially with us. I can't talk about the other people, but with us, he'll deny your letter. He'll send it back to you and say your address verification doesn't match. You've got to get a proof of address that matches, or the way that you put it into the software has to match. So your thing is, we're stopping you and making sure that all your stuff matches before it goes out. But if it doesn't match before it goes out, there's where the problem lies. But here's the thing. I'm going to create power users today, and I want everybody to write power user inside of the chat. Okay? I'm going to create power users of the software today so that you come in. This is a part of being a power user. This is not being a basic user in this system. This is a part being power user. This is how it is. Timothy, we're going to put, I see you taking a screenshot of that, brother. Look at this. Ray's going to pop it in the chat. Save that on your computer. Ray's going to take a screenshot for you. He's going to put that in the chat. Very smart. I was going to give you 5 minutes to do that. Attaboy, you already ahead of the game. Let's go, man. Proud of you. Okay, that little clap right here, man. Let's go. Let's go. For everybody that's here, being a power user means you understand how to utilize the software better than everybody else. That's the God's honest truth. You know how to use the software better than everybody else. And if you know how to use that software better than everybody else, that means your results are going to come quicker than everybody else's. Why? If they're making the same stupid mistakes and they don't know that they're making the same stupid mistakes, they're going to prolong their success. 1. 2, if they're making the same dumb mistakes, right? And it's like, hold on, but it's not dumb. Yes, it is, because if you're coming into something new that you don't understand, you have to get a better understanding. And every single person that's in this class is already taking the step to be the best in this software. Do you know there's 20 people in this software? If I told you there's 5,000 people right now in this software, would you believe me? But there's a Saturday morning and there's only 20 people inside of here. Throw your hand up right now. Put a 1 in the chat, 5 in the chat. if you want success. You want success, right? Oh, literally all my recordings always have nuggets. All my recordings, but that's why we post them on YouTube. Every single time. I always post this on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. It's going to be on the M2 Trainer channel. Literally, it's always on YouTube. We make sure that everybody has the ability to go back. Yes, I do drop a lot of nuggets. I do drop a lot of nuggets for everybody, but I also tell everybody, go back to your community and humdrum it into them that they need to start showing up to these classes. If they don't have that, Oscar, I'll give it to you at the end of the day. Sorry, I missed your name. I'm the PAMS provider. I'll show you in five minutes when we get there what my name is. You guys are gonna go, oh crap, I know who he is now. All right. Should we have access to this software already? You should be registered for this software already, so you at least follow along up until this port. Okay? Alibaba. I knew that was coming. I knew somebody was going to give it. Okay, guys, do me a favor. Take a screenshot of this. Oh, Ray dropped it? Awesome. Go into the chat. Ray dropped the screenshot. Save that screenshot, guys. Save it to your computer. I want you to be able to go back to this. I want you to be able to go into this and say, okay, what did Ali do when he was up there? What in the back of his head, why did he do that? Literally, when I did credit repair, guys, I had 3 documents in front of me. Whether it was on the computer, no matter how it was, I've always had 3 documents in front of me. I take those documents and I would do it this way. I would look at the driveway ID passport. It was always discrepancies with stuff. You just take it and move it on. See, I get this question every time. Christopher, I don't mean to make a think of you, but here's the thing. You just answered your own question. If I am doing credit repair, right, and I never used my middle name on anything I applied for, right, and I'm telling you to write your middle name, why am I telling you to write your middle name? Because I know you never used your middle name. So we're trying to fix your information on the bureau so that it doesn't match up, so they remove it and they don't have anything to verify it by. So once they don't have anything to verify it by, it gets removed a lot quicker. Because I know that you used it. I already knew that a majority of people are not using their middle name. I know that. I get that question every class. Well, do I have to use my middle name? Yes. Can you scale to 100K a month? I mean, you can scale any business to 100K a month if you know how to actually scale a business. I mean, the truth, yes, spell everything out. Yes, the truth is, this business can make you $500,000 a month. But you have to know how to do it. You have to know how to run the game. I personally, when I did it before I retired, most we were doing on the credit repair side was $40,000 a month. I was doing more in funding. We were doing $500,000 to $750,000 in funding a month. Can you explain this one more time? I mostly put full name on every document. So then you're going to have a little bit of a thing because a lot of people don't put their full name. So your thing is you're going to want to change your you want to change your personal information. The way that you're going to change your personal information is by putting your name. But if you're utilizing your actual government name, truthfully, you're up a creek without a paddle. You're really up a creek without a paddle. So you're going to have to let the system's going to work a little harder than it would normally do. Okay, hold on. Let me get my camera to focus back over here. Okay, the system would have to work a little harder. Whatchamacallit, the system would have to work a little harder for it to do what it needs for you, Mr. Morris, than everybody else. Because you actually did what was right. You're like the anomaly. 99.9% of people, I'm not filling out my whole damn name. I swear, that's people's mindset. Okay? But if you did that, you have your full name on your cards and things like that. What you try to do is try to get your addresses removed. Get your previous addresses removed, things like that. Now, if you never moved in your life, I'm literally throwing the hat up at this one. I'm moving on because I don't know what we could do on the personal information for you because that's how they verify the accounts. But that's not an issue. The system will still get stuff off. It's just going to take a little longer because the things that they use to verify are going to be that stuff. That's where they start the verification process. Yes, Tim, you're allowed to come off mute. Go for it. Good. How are you? Talk a little louder, brother. I can't hear you. There you go. Now, loud and clear. How you doing? No, like I said, I'm on the right side of the ground, my friend. I'm happy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just put your middle name in the next box. So when my team would see somebody, so not to waste a GA, my team would tell everybody if you're printing and your letters, like for example, you're gonna get your Social Security normally has your middle name on it. It's what your name was given at birth. They'll see that and they'll be like, hey guys, look, we see that you have a middle name. What we suggest is the next round that you come in, please put your middle name on the information. Please put your middle name there. Okay? And please, utilize X, Y, and Z. And what happens is we'll let this pass, go in here, but next round put your stuff in. And next round just put your stuff in. You'll be fine. If they're not going to remove it in the first round, so because they're not going to remove it in the first round, you just put that and you'll be able to move forward with no issues. Mm-hmm. I'm the owner. I am the Alibaba. I appreciate it. So they let you go through, like I just told you, they let you go through because of that middle name, but they should have sent you a text out that said, "Hey, look, we see that you have a middle name. I would suggest that you put it next round." Did they not send that out? You didn't receive that text. Do me a favor. I need to send me that information and who it is, and I'll find out who was working that night. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now somebody's gonna get a little pow pow. No, because that's the so if it's not about business. This is not about business. If I have the proclaim that I am the best in the printing world for this software, it's because of small little things like that we do to make sure that your file goes out perfectly. What happens if they would have told you that and they would have said to you directly, right? They would have said to you, "Hey, Mr. Timothy, you should put your name on this one. We'll send it out for you, but you should have put your name on this one." And you turn around and said, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to regenerate another letter with my middle name on it." Give you the option, not that they have the option. I'm sorry. You're the client, not them. That's how I run business. That's how customer service is how you scale. So, Oscar, you're asking, how do you scale? That's how you scale. Providing the best customer service in this business is how you scale because people are trusting you with all their credit information. So if I can't trust you to do the right job, that's a problem. And I'm glad that you said that. Hold on. Ray sent me a message. What, Ray? I got you. Timothy, just to let you know, the person that you had dealt with has been fired. She was fired last week anyway. Yes, she was fired last weekend because for not handling clients correctly. So that problem is. Thank you. That's Ray already was like Ray already knew exactly what it was. No, I don't. I don't deal with the GAs. I'm just a printer. But I got you. I got you. You know what I'll do? Ray, check if he had a discount code. Okay. Okay. So you're gonna get a discount code today. I'm gonna give you 2 discounts. The the first, you have the discount code that come in for just sitting into this class, and then the next I'm gonna give you one on top of that. I'm gonna give you something else, and I'll give it to you privately towards the end of class. So don't leave until you speak with me. Okay. Uh, Oscar, I don't expect excellence. I don't expect excellence. I want perfection. I want perfection. This is not a hard business to get the stuff done. I want perfection. And the motto of the company is we don't print unless it's perfect. So there's only one way to go about this business and do it perfectly from the jump. That's why when I teach you guys this stuff and I go through it, I'm very anal about how I explain it to you. Why did I write Northwest up here? Why did I write this? Because you don't want to give them a reason to turn your file down. You don't want to give them. I wrote out lane. I didn't put LN. I wrote everything out. Now, guys, first off, I always screw up the spelling of apartment, so I will never write that out. Okay? But I put APT over here. But if you guys can fit it in and write it in, write apartment out. We're not going to deny your letter if you send it to us to print it for you. We're not going to deny it if you wrote out the full word apartment. Okay? And then, look, I wrote out Manhattan and New York over here. Like, I wrote the cities out perfectly. Okay? Spell it out. Yes, that word. If you want to, spell it out. If it's on the POA and it says APT, and you're like, look, I don't want to write it. I'm just going to put APT. That's fine. But spell it out. Yes. Yes, sir. No, I'm putting Manhattan or New York. Hold on, let me see. Here, perfect. I got a document over here. So over here, when you're looking at the document, okay, and I know you guys can't see this, but if you're looking at the document over here, this is my old address. Okay, if you're looking at the document, there's only one person. Oh crap! It's just on the. Well, when you get your letter, right? Give me a second. Let me try to get this back over here. Come over here, stupid camera. Hello. There we go. So when you're looking at the document and you have this is a Chase bill, right? And I look over here and I see the name of the company and I go over there. That's where, that's what I'm going to utilize. That's why I said always have your documents in front of you. This is my proof of address. So if this is my proof of address, because like this technically, if it was a bank statement, this works. If it's a utility bill, if it's a phone bill, if it's a cell phone bill, if it's an insurance bill, if it's pretty much anything that I have in here that I'm gonna shred, except for a whatchamacallit, except for a credit card statement, is literally something that I can put in over there. Mr. Malik, yes sir, you can come off mute. William, yes. Yes, sir. How are you? You in the original software, brother. Thank you. So here's the middle initial. The middle initial has got nothing to do with your middle name. You weren't given an initial when you did that. So that's the key and case in point. If I have a middle name, my middle name is X, Y, and Z. It's not initialed at that. So that's not my initial. And look, you came from Rodney. Rodney would tell you this. If it doesn't equal in its entirety, it's not correct. right? Uh, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. It's not going to remove the. It's not going to remove the positive account unless you attack the positive account. So yes, sir, because you're not asking for a verification of the address. They're not going to verify the address based upon that information. What they're going to do is they're going to verify the address based upon the request for a dispute or an attack. So if you're sending the letter out and you're asking for, hey, look, I'm changing the address. They go look up the address and say, okay, how do we verify this client? When the first piece of address is gone, then that's when they go there. But if you're not disputing the account will be fine. No, because that's the thing. Because you're not attacking the whole reason for us to do it. If you go back in the day, there was a whole way to go back into the back end and view what was attached to what. That's the key. So understanding what's attached to what is there. But yes, if you don't attack it, it's not going to remove it. That's a positive. A positive account is a positive account, especially if it's closed. That'll it'll eventually fall off. Like I just had one fall off the other day. It pissed me off, but it tanked my score. But at the end of the day, it just fell off. There's nothing I could do about it. It was a positive account that just aged out. That's it. So no problem, brother. No problem. All right, William, come off mute. I know you got something. Good. How are you? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. Okay. You got to take your PDF and convert it to a JPEG. Okay. Did you hit? Did you do add save account? You click save and it saved the user and you went down and it was there. Okay. Come back to me at the end of class. Do not leave until I get with you. Come back to me at the end of class. I don't wanna slow the train down. Come back to me at the. Uh huh. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good question. Good question. James. All right, James, you're my last question. Then I'm moving on. Great idea. I thought most programs have a test account, so you could practice on your own. The classes are amazing, but more people are hands-on. You know who the test account is their own. You're not gonna. So here's the thing. The profile that I use here is one of my clients' credit reports. There is no such thing as a test credit report. Does that make sense, James? Does that make sense, brother? I can. I'll write it. I'll write it down. I'll see what Dion says when I have my meeting with Dion. I'll write it. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kill what you just said, and I don't mean to say it for everybody else. But here's the thing: you know, the owner of the software is a businessman. It costs money to run the AI. Here's the problem: you want a dummy account, you're gonna want to run the dummy account. Sherman, I'm moving on after this, brother. Okay. I'll get your question. Write it down. I'll get your question at the end. Um, the problem with that is if you get you could once you guys have access to the attack area, you guys have access to the attack area. You can go look at all the colors of the bubbles and everything over there and work. But here's the thing: once you click that generate, that AI is taking money, and that's the thing. Once that AI takes money, the owner is not going to lose money. I know that because the people that have been asking for my software, every time somebody clicks import, it costs me money. And you're not going to run a business without making something. So I understand what you're saying. I get it. But I know he's going to say no. For me, it's like he's going to kill that dead in the water. And there's nothing. And I'll let you come off mute. He's not gonna say that's it. Like there's enough over here. Nobody should feel afraid after they're done over here. That's why I make sure that I go through everything nice and easy. We have every class that I've been in since September 4th, I think it's when I started this, September 4th or 5th, is recorded and on YouTube. There's no reason that anybody should make a mistake in this, especially when you're running your first account. That's why we tell you for the extra GAs. And you know where people make a mistake? The people make a mistake right here. I'm telling you guys where 99% of the mistakes are. It's not in when you go to create your letter. It's right here in the user section where you guys are implementing most of the data. Because James, when I go into the main section over there and I click the first AI and I let you run the first AI, there's no mistake over there. And I've explained that to everybody, James, even last class. When we do that, Ray, drop the two YouTube channels, please. I've explained that in the sense that you can utilize those AIs to do what you needed to do. But when you go into the green section to get more aggressive, that's a different story. But yes, I don't disagree and I don't agree. I don't disagree and I don't agree. I'm on the fence. I don't have any test accounts of my software. You need to put your data because there's no better data to you work on your own data. And also, it's very hard to put a test account in here because it's a credit report. This is somebody's personal information. You don't. There is like I went to the bureau and asked the bureau for a test account. Can you give me a test account? Can you give me something that I can utilize in my software? They're like, no, there is no such thing. There is no test credit profile like that has every negative that's out there. There is no test credit profile. So you have to like go through all these profiles and see. And it's difficult. I understand. And I'm not shooting it down because I'm understand what he is going to say because I understand it from my spot. I understand it from where I'm coming with my software that this is not as hard as you think it is. People make this harder. This is everybody here. Put a 5 in the chat that understands that this is the most important section of the whole software. And tell me who controls this piece over here. You do. The user. Why did I tell you I'm going to make you power users? Because the power user is the one that understands this. In every software, I remember this credit repair cloud, there's client dispute managers, there's dispute fox, there's all these different softwares. Everybody messes up in the same spot. I'm telling you this. Feel me, James? No, it's not about making money. It's about the cost. It's about truly about cost. It's got nothing to do about making money because every time. So when AI, not to go into too deep into this, AI's every time that you do something with AI, AI's got its own server cost that's allotted. With no matter you're using ChatGPT, no matter any of this stuff. Heck yeah, I'm live on YouTube, bro. I told you all this stuff is recorded. Um, all when we do all this stuff on AI and all that stuff, there is a cost for it as you're moving forward. So every time that you hit generate, every time that you do something, even if you're generating a paragraph on ChatGPT or any of these other programs, right? There's a cost that's allotted to it. It's a tremendous cost, and that tremendous. No, AI cost the AI cost every time you hit generate. Bingo. Mm-hmm. Bingo. Yep. That's but you know what? What do all these mentors say? Okay, and not no, I'm not flagging any mentor. They say you got to pay to play, right? I literally heard. I was watching somebody. They introduced me to him 500. I didn't know who him 500 was until 24 hours ago, and he did a video with somebody else. He basically said like if you're in the room and you're not paying to get in the room, like you're not gonna respect being in the room. And that's the case. You being that little sense of, you said fear. It's not fear. It's like I don't want to waste my money, right? Now you're gonna come to class. You're gonna come to class 15 times. You're gonna come to class 20 times before you generate your first letter, because you're gonna be more focused on not wasting money and actually do and learn the product than you are than the person that's gonna come in and buy the $97 package, get annoyed and say the program doesn't work. That's the key. So the whole point is that psychology, right? That psychology in the back of your head saying, "Let me learn it." And you've been here. You've heard me teach this. I don't change how I teach this. This is the same way I teach it. I've been teaching this same way to my clients, any printing client privately for the past 3 years. I haven't changed this. This is the first. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for this one. And as soon as you said that, I was like, oh shit, the cost of the AI. That's where I was like, I knew exactly where it would go. Be like, look, dude, we have to pay for the AI, and I'm like, makes sense. Makes sense. I got it. All right, no problem. No problem. Oh, somebody's drawing on my screen. Don't please draw. Please don't draw on my screen. Respectfully. Okay. Cool. All right. So, are we good over here? Any possibility with a consultation with me? Talk to me after class. Talk to me when we finish and we go through all this stuff. I think everybody's done here, right? Let's put a 5 in the chat if we're done over here. I think we're done over here. We can move forward. Let me get a couple of 5s. All right, perfect. We've been here a while. Okay. So now after you're done, you're going to scroll down to the bottom over here. You're going to add your MyFreeSchoolNow username, which is usually the email address, and then password. And then after you do that, you're going to choose your files over here, and you're going to click Save. Now, this is what William was saying before. He's choosing his files, but it's not showing up. So when you click Save, it should look like this. Should be in here. William, you're not seeing it here. I'm going to ask you to unmute. You're not seeing it in the client profile section over here? Do me a favor. Click any, see if you have any red X's or these, or whatever, nothing. Click all the X's, delete everything, re-upload everything from here. Click choose file, and then click save at the bottom. And then tell me if that works after. I'll get to you after class. So this is what a perfect profile looks. This is what a perfect profile looks like, guys. Ready? First name, middle name, last name. Okay? Date of birth, social security number, phone number, address. Okay? New York, New York, 1038. Okay? Now, how do I do this? Look, this one ID does not match where they're from. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so everybody can see this. Okay? Look, ID, social security card, and then proof of address. Look at the proof of address. I did this purposefully. Mina Miller, 25-25 Pearl Street, New York, New York, 1038. And this is exactly how I go through it. This is how I go through it every single time. I have all the documents and I follow what the document says. Once it's done, here's a passport card if you have a passport card to be able to utilize that. Mr. Malik said that this is a hack. This is a very, very old hack. And this hack actually gets rid of the previous address that's located over here. So, questions over here, raise your hand if you guys have any questions. Now that we're here. Yes, Mr. Timothy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, what I did was somebody asked me what does a passport card look like, so I uploaded the passport card in this box over here, so you could see it. Yeah, so that exactly for purposes of class, I uploaded it. But if you have a passport card, it would go in over here. If you have a passport, it would go in the first box over here. So you just want to make sure that whatever you're utilizing would go in that first box because that's your ID. Make sense? No, kind of. This is nope. That's what I just explained to you guys. She's in Kansas right now, right? That's her ID, but the proof of address is in New York. Yeah, but that's what I said. If you have that passport card, you're not worried about the address. You use the passport card or your passport instead as your ID. That's a gem. That's a heavy gem. Not many people are telling you that because the passport, as you see over here, the passport card. Do you see an address over here? No. So they can't verify an address if there's no address. Uh, Come on. Let that light bulb hit, brother. Come on. No, you always need the slot with the proof of address. The passport doesn't have an address on it, so they can't verify the previous address. Make sense? Sure. Now you utilize the passport to verify any previous addresses like the Kansas address in this one because now she lives in New York. Make sense? Cool. It's saying the plugin is not supported. Ooh. Okay. Let me. I gotta get with you. You're probably gonna have to share your screen with me, brother. I'll get with you after class. All right. Mr. Sherman. No, brother. I gave you the examples before. Write this down. Utility bill, cell phone bill, cable bill, phone bill, bank statement, and insurance. Those are the best ones. As you can see, I'm using a Con Ed bill. This is your electricity bill, utility bill. Best one, best ones to use. Everybody here, the one to get your address changed the quickest, right? To change it to quickest is your bank statement. You can call in, tell them you live at a new place. They'll change the address on your bank statement immediately. That and your if you need it done in 24 hours, your the first page of your insurance. Check pay stub could work, yes. As long as it has, yep. That'll work. Yes, sir. Yep. I Here's the thing. A lot of people don't like showing their checks because you have to don't close it. You see how I show the full document, guys. This is good. You know what, Tim? Good job. You gave me a good thing that I forgot to go over. Okay. Look at my documents. I want everybody to see this document right now. Okay. You see how this document has all four corners shown? It doesn't look like it was beat to pinochle and everything was just messed up. No, we want to make sure that everything looks good. Everything looks pristine. Everything looks clear, clean, perfect. Why? When we're doing these three different documents over here, these are what I call bank-ready documents. In our bank-ready documents, these are ready to go to the bank to be able to get approved, and the same thing with the bureau. You send it to them with respect in the sense that you don't want them to come back and say that they can't read it. Can everybody read everything besides the address on the bill because it's small? Can everybody read everything clearly? Put a 1 in the chat if you can read it clearly. Yep, see? It's done for a reason. I do everything for a reason. I teach everybody how to do this stuff for a reason because this is how you don't get somebody to say send your thing back. Hello. All right. Mr. Morris. I don't know. I don't want to kill your first name, so I'm calling you Mr. Morris from going further. Right here? Okay. If it's not the same, you're going to use both documents because some people don't have the ability to go to the DMV or anything to get an updated ID or thing to match the current address. It's very easy to change your address at your location. You get a bill, you get a bank statement, something. It's very easy to switch over. But the thing over here with your ID, because it's a government ID, you have to go to the government to ask them for an updated ID. So that's why I tell you to use this. You never have to worry about updating your ID because of what? You're just literally, right here, you're just utilizing the ID that has no address on it. But if you don't have access to a passport or a passport card, you're using this ID. If you don't have anything else, use this. But they're gonna see the address over here. They're going to verify that previous address because it's here. Make sense? With this new address. So now they verified both addresses, which means accounts attached to those addresses will automatically be verified. Make sense? So that's the key of saying if you can do this, do this. Yes, passport does bypass roadblocks because the passport doesn't have an ID. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this in one of my classes about a month ago. I do not walk around with my driver's license anymore. The driver's license stays in the car. I walk around with my passport. It is none of your business where I live. Why do I hand my ID over to the why do I hand up my ID over to somebody? Here's my passport. That's my federal ID. Here's my passport card. That's my federal ID. Argue with my federal ID. They can't. Well, we need a driver's license. For what reasons? Nobody ever has a reason to give me unless I'm renting a car. When I'm renting a car, that's a different story. But nobody should ever be asking you for anything other than your actual proof that you are a citizen of this country and that you are legally allowed to move in and out. So everybody over here that I'm dropping gems to right now, if you don't have a passport, go get one. Go get one. For me, I use my passport. I use my passport card, and I have my passport. I have both of them in my. Depends where I'm at. Whatever's easier to grab, that's what I'm grabbing. I don't use. I was telling. I was at the airport the other day, and the guy asked for my ID, and now they're handing out that you don't have a real ID anymore at the airport, right? They can't say that when you hand them a passport card or your passport. I'm like, here's my passport. Guy just looked at me like, don't tell me my ID is not real. The government's the one that prints the ID. So how is my ID not real? It's like, really? So that's the key. All right? If you want to see your credit report, come over here, hit this little pencil, click process, and you'll actually be able to see the credit report over here. Now look at that. This is a perfect profile. How many people have this set up? How many people are good over here, understand this? Oh, Mr. Tim, I didn't see your hand raised. I paid extra for the passport card. I think it was like $50 or $100. I don't remember what it was. I paid extra for the passport card because the passport card can be used internal in the United States. It's just easier instead of carrying around your passport all the time, you know, even though I carry around both now. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the most important place? Yes, Mr. Morris. No, just leave it as is. It's gonna have to work a little harder, but just leave it as is. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people fix their credit and have been living in the same house for 30 years. It's not gonna do anything different that you moved or you still gotta fix your credit. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. Okay? That's all it is. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. It's gonna be a little harder to work on. No, the best way for the AI to work is move 100 times a month. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm serious. It's for you to move and change your name like every 6 months. If you're living in the same location, well, let me give you guys a disclaimer right now. If you're living in the same location, right, it's just gonna work a little harder. It's not because of your name or anything. It's because you're verified. You're truly verified. So that's the key. Because you're truly verified, it makes it a little bit harder. Okay. Mr. Tony, I haven't heard from you all class, but you've been cheesing real hard. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. 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 Hold on. You broke up on the last bit. What happened? Yes, yes. Bingo. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just keep going. Yep, that's what you're gonna put. Whatever your ID address is, that's what you. Everything everything that verifies over here. So now, if your ID, say it's New York, like the funny part was I didn't even plan this. This one's place of birth is New York, right? Say that you put a New York over here, and now everything is New York. You're gonna fill out everything New York. That's the most powerful way to do it. Make sure that everything matches. You're breaking up, brother. Okay. I didn't. You're breaking. No, you're breaking up, man. You're breaking up. Get some bread. You need to get some better. You need to get some better service, my friend. Hey, yeah, come back at the come back at the end of the class. Ask that question. Just get me a little better service so I can answer your question. You know I want to answer your questions. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. I'm letting everybody know over here. I'm only allocated 1 hour, so every time we go over an hour, like literally, this is all on me doing this for everybody over here. So you know I have a lot of love for you guys on a Saturday to try to get this done as quickly as possible. Let's go. Are we done over here? Does everybody have any more questions on the address section over here? I have a question. Yes, come. You need to raise your hand. That's why I'm a lot. Hey, man, I want to make sure that everybody understands this. Yes, Miss. Oh, I am gonna kill that. Burris? Is that yeah. Bur? Okay. Mm-hmm. Atta girl. Yes, ma'am. Great job. Great job. Good job. Perfect. Um. Uh. Mr. Robinson, I think Mr. Robinson, wait until we get to that piece because I want to get through this. That's why I'm asking if everybody has questions here. I don't know where your question is. Just let me get through the send rounds of attack area and then I'll open it up for Q&A. Cool. I don't know why my camera. Come over here, camera. Come on. Like a dog. I got to get my camera to come. All right. Cool. All right. All right. I think we're good here. We're going to move forward. All right. All good questions. Everybody's asking great questions. Look, there is no stupid question. I tell this to everybody. There's no stupid question because if you guys don't understand that, I'm basically telling you that I'm smarter than you. I'm not smarter than anybody in this person, in this room. I want you guys to ask your questions so you understand everything and we guys move forward together. Click save over here. Always click save, guys. I don't care what you do. Always click save. Because if you don't click save and say you make a change up here, you do something, it will not take. It will not take. So click save. Let that go out. And now we're going to go into the most important section of the whole thing. Okay. I sent in my hardcover ID with an account connected to a charge. Oh, that's you, Tony. Trying to charge off, but I just got a new ID with my current address would affect it. Just change all your stuff, buddy. Just change all your stuff and make sure that it's all matching the new address with all the stuff that you had. I didn't hear what you were saying, but thank you for typing it in. That made it a lot easier. Okay. We're done. I'm gonna go to say. Look, I'll go through the set connection portal. I'm gonna go quick. If you get a text message, use the portal for texting. Here's where it comes. If you use it for email communication, here's where it comes. If you do a support ticket, you click add support ticket. This is where you can do it. Okay, that's where it goes. Pam's invoices go here. My team doesn't do it because we send it to you via text message. So always make sure you fill out your stuff with us via. You have your perfect phone number, and then manage template and email. That's how you build an email on a thing over here, and it's very easy. Just come over here. I'm gonna write test account 6, and then I'm gonna write my name is first name. My user name is username. Phone number is, and boom, upload content. I'm done. It works the same way for the email address. I know I'm going fast, but I want to get to the 10 rounds of attack before we hit the top of the hour, which means I got 21 minutes to teach you guys how to do an attack. Okay, 10 rounds of attack. Ready? If you haven't generated an attack yet, over here will be empty. If you have, this is where your clients, all letters will go for your clients. Every attack that you generated is right in this account. Okay? So just letting everybody know, how did I get there? I just go to the client's name that I've generated a letter, click on it, and all my previous letters are here. Okay? Now, I'm done. I want to not generate a client. I want to go into the attack area. I want to generate my first letter. Now, James, this is what we were talking about before, test account. If you have done everything correctly, I promise you like this. If you have done everything correctly and you want the AI to generate a basic attack that we call shake the tree, literally you click over here, the AI pops up. You literally click my team to print for you. You type in TPMPA. That's a discount code for everybody over here. We change the pricing section for you and click generate. You're done. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean literally 30 seconds. That's literally it. You click generate. Now you don't have to do anything. You wait for the invoice to come. You pay your invoice for the printing. And once you pay the invoice for the printing, what happens? We handle everything else for you. We get it to the post office. We handle all that stuff. So you don't have to do that. Yeah. So when you guys are doing this, remember that. Badi, TPMPA, and you're ready to rock and roll. As easy as that. And there's people in here that have already printed with us, so you know the type of service that we already do. So that's the key right there. Okay? Maximum efficiency focus. This is just the very basic attack. Okay? Put that in. It's a 30 seconds of your time. So for somebody that's running 100 clients, you could generate 100 clients in what? 30 minutes? 30 minutes? I'd say 30 minutes, yeah, give or take. You could run through 100 clients in about 30 minutes on a basic attack. That's it. Okay? Now, what are we today? What am I teaching everybody how to be? Write it in the chat. What am I teaching everybody how to be today? There we go. Power users. Power users don't focus on the AI. They control the AI. These are AIs that are set by the system. I don't like them. I don't use them. I don't teach them. We control the AI. So that only leaves one box over here. If we got rid of these two boxes, only lives one box. We're going to do it yourself. Okay? Everybody see that do-it-yourself box? Everybody see that do-it-yourself box? We're the power users, right? So we're going to click on it. We're going to click on that. We're going to leave this over here, TPMPA. Going to click that. And now we're going to go down to the bottom. And we're going to click generate. What's going to happen is it's going to take us to the AI screen. And when it takes us to the AI screen, now we have access to everything. Now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get my behind up out of this chair. I'm going to walk over to the screen. I'm start talking to you guys from the screen. Raise your hand if you're confused about something or need me to stop. Ray will let me know. He'll tell me to shut up or stop moving. Okay? Ready? This is your AI. Right here. This box right here is your AI. And because this box right here is your AI, this is your attack number. Just read it over here. So your work to execute, remember, is your AI. Right? So I know for every software, this one that I just turned on is the most aggressive AI. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in Darius's, if you're in Schmitty's, if you're in whatchamacallit, if you're in any other person, yes. Reginald, yes. Back to your first. After 45 days, you go back to your first. Yep. No problem. So it doesn't matter what software you're in. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Okay? Remember, MPEP is the most aggressive attack. That's why we pull that Epic Pro report. That Epic Pro report is right here. You can see it right there. Okay? So now, I want everybody to write in the chat, MPEP. Okay? Why? We write it, we speak it into existence. We know that MPEP is the most aggressive attack. MPEP, MPEP. Let's go. I see a bunch of MPEPs coming in. Perfect. MPEPs is the most aggressive attack. And that's what we're going to be utilizing every single time. So let's get rid of these boxes. Now we selected MPEP. We're at round 1. Let's select round 1. Okay? When we select round 1, here's the thing. Everybody's going to get confused over here. Okay? I'm not going to touch anything over here. I'm just going to hit next at the bottom. Why am I going to hit next? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's on the credit report. If I don't know what's on the credit report, how can I truly attack what's on this credit report? Now, I want everybody to read that box over there, or I'll read it to you. It says a bunch of numbers. Please verify creditor addresses for the following content boxes. By default, any not edited DF destinations mismatch will be left blank on the end result letter. To edit, simply select the adequate available creditor from the drop-down list, or select other options, or manually insert adequate destination. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't ever teach you how to dispute a creditor, because 99.9% of the time, their printing address is incorrect. And because their printing address is incorrect, why would we dispute something that's incorrect? So we don't waste time with that garbage, okay? I don't waste time with that something that's going to waste you money. So let's go over here and let's read this credit report, right? It's going to be simple. I want everybody in the chat to follow along. I'm going to teach everybody how to do this, okay? Let me know what's going on. But I want everybody in the chat to do this. Ready? I'm going to show you guys something. In the bottom over here, there is an arrow on every single software. You see this arrow? Put a 1 in the chat if you see that arrow. Let me see if I got a bunch of 1s. Perfect. I do got a bunch of 1s. Ray, let me know if they're following along. They're being engaged. All right? Ready? When I click this arrow, oops. When I click this arrow, what happens? It's going to pop up. What is the biggest color that we see in there? Write it in the chat. What's the biggest color that we see in there? Well, there's 2 of them that actually equal out to be exactly the same. What are they writing, right? Green. Perfect. Green and brown. Good job. Good. Perfect. Okay. What does everybody think green is? You think it's a positive item or a negative item? Put it in the chat. Perfect. 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 So if we know that it's positive, let's come back to the top over here. Let's write this over here. Look where I'm putting. Hide positive items. I'm literally going to click this box over here. Boom. Now watch what's going to happen. I'm going to delete it. Look at this. Ready? Yeah, we're going to hold off on questions right now. I'm holding off on questions right now. I want to get through this. This is literally, we're dragging class out. I want to get through this right now. How many green items do we have over here? Put it in the chat, ladies and gents. Beautiful. I saw somebody put it. Good job, William. Good job, Oscar. Good job, Tony. 2. Those are light greens. They're not those dark greens, but they're 2. Okay? I'm going to write on the screen where we're at over here. Ready? Want everybody to be over here to see this. This is box 1. This is box 2, 3, 4. This is the most important box in this software. When you're in this area, this is going to be your negative item number. I'm going to wait until we're done over here, and we're going to go through this number. So when I click on a negative item on the bottom, it's going to go over there. Okay? Now, I want everybody to start doing this. Right over here. You see this? You see this first word? I want everybody to focus on the P. I want everybody to focus on the I. And I want everybody to write, what type of reporting issue is this? Write it in the chat. What do you think it is? Oh, damn. Somebody got that real quick. Good job. Perfect, William. Let's go. Let's get engaged, guys. Come on. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. PI. Now, I'm going to go to the next one, but I'm going to take this off like I'm going to take off the bumpers like bowling. I want everybody to bowl a strike. Ready? Let's go. Go to the next one. What's the next one? Perfect. Got a bunch of IQs. Good job. Good job. If they read it out, that's fine. So we have PI on the top. We have IQ. Okay, let's keep going. Ready? Go to the next one. Okay. So now, if I were to go to 3, okay, I'm going to ask a question and see what everybody thinks over here. Well, I'm actually going to give you guys a thing, and I'm going to let you guys add. Is this the same, or is this different than the other one? Put same in the chat if it's the same. Put if it's different. Same. Perfect. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to teach you something about this software. The software is awesome. Okay? The software color coordinates every negative item. So here's the cool thing, right? Anything that's in this brown color is going to be the same. Look at that. 15's the same. 21's the same. 28's the same. 34's the same. 40's the same. Now I'm going to teach you guys something. There's 2 people that said there's 2 greens. 41 and 42 are both inquiries as well. But they're attached to accounts. And because they're attached to accounts, the software picks that up automatically. Okay? Because it picks that up automatically, we know that we need, excuse me, we know that we need to let the software do what it needs to. If you guys are not happy, you don't want to let it dispute, come down over here, right? And just click remove this content box. Watch. I'm going to do this over here. Remove this content box. Now 42 is gone. See? 42 is gone. It says 41 and 42 is gone. So, let's go over here. Let's go to 87. Write it in the chat. What's 87? Ray, read it out. Okay. I'll write it out. Here we go. A O D L 1-2. So I'm going to write that up here. A O D L 1-2. The reason that we do that is we need to know how many late payments there are. We need to know what type of it. Is it a derogatory or delinquency? So we need to write everything out. So now that you guys see that, I don't think you guys are going to be making any other mistakes. Ready? Let's rock and roll. Let me get rid of that because that's going to give you Hack, ready? Let's go. Let's go to 88. What's 88, guys? Why is it not going? Hold on. I got to get to 88. My bad. That's on me. 88. What's 88? Nothing yet. Alicia got it. She's been here a while. William got it. SLDL. Okay, but you got to add that 3 plus. Always remember, you got to add the 3. If there's a number in there, you have to add it. You have to add it. There's no skipping it. We have to add it. SLDL 3 plus. Perfect. Okay. Now, this is the one that's going to confuse everybody. Ready? 89. I wonder how many COs are we going to get. Alicia's from here. COI. Okay, good. Good. All right. So I had one person write COI. The one person that wrote COI hasn't been to class. This is his first class. This one, yes. If we were right, if that was right and the system color coordinated it like that, it would be COI. But it is AOCCY because it is all other collections charge off. Okay, and I'll show you that when we get back to the red, green, and blue boxes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we went through every single color on the screen. What color haven't we gone over? Please put it in the chat. We're on red right now. Thank you, Alicia. If you click orange. Oops. Come on. If I click orange, fucking board's big. What's that? Oh, great. We've gone over orange because orange is an SLDL 3 plus. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. What am I looking for at the bottom? This. Everything's a JPEG. Everything's labeled correctly. Now, for you guys that are doing this on your computers, rename all your documents. Rename them to something that you know what it is. Why? You do not want to keep a document that you do not want to know what it is. If it says image, it's not going to do you any good. If you rename it with the first name, last name, and say ID, first name, last name, social security card, first name, last name, proof of address, you will never make a mistake. You will never make a mistake. But if you put image 123 or image 456, I'm telling you, people have sent images before that of stuff that you don't want to know. Okay? Because they didn't know what image it was and they just went through it. So for everybody that's here, know what you're uploading and make sure that it's perfect. If it's labeled, you'll never make a mistake. These are things that I'm telling you guys how to catch your mistakes so that you can never make a mistake in this software. Right? So now we'll finish that. We have all our information in the top right corner. Right? Let's go create an attack letter, ladies and gentlemen. Who's ready to create an attack letter? Put a 5 in the chat if you're ready to create an attack letter. Perfect. Ready? Let's go up. Top. I just clicked the word top. I'm going to come over here to client file at the top over here. I'm going to double check all the data, which I double checked. Where do I get it? Where it says general settings at the top. I click client info and I make sure all my data is correct. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling everybody that's in here and in this room right now, if you do everything the way that I tell you, you will never make a mistake. You will submit your documents perfect every single time. This is not about speed. This is about perfection. I could run this software with perfection in 2 minutes at the most aggressive attack. You will be able to run this software within 2 minutes on the most aggressive attack. The only thing that will hold you back is your PC. Okay? Let's go. General settings. I'm going to shut the AI off. I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to reset it to the attack that we're at. And now I'm going to start filling it in. Look at this thing. I got this stuff in the corner that we've already written everything down, right? And we can go through everything. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn off everything in red. Why? Because now I don't need any presets that the system put in. I have everything that it is. I have the most aggressive attack because I'm going to generate it myself. So what do? I follow the writing in the corner. I got PI. I got IQ, which is an inquiry. I got AODL 1-2 at the bottom. I have SLDL 3+ right here. And I have AOCC right here. Do you guys now understand why I do the abbreviations the way that I do the abbreviations? You see how fast I selected those boxes. Put a 5 in the chat if you see how fast I selected those boxes. Yes, I write it down. I have the board for a reason. I write it down. I used to write it on paper. Then after paper, I used to write it in my phone. Then I created a list. If you're printing with us, ask us for a list. I created this red, green, and blue boxes. We have this list that you can run through it every single time. I made it so you laminate it and use it as a whiteboard. Why? Because speed is key. Speed is key with perfection. I could be fast if I have everything in front of me. Right? Do me a favor, somebody in the chat, count how many boxes there is over here. How many green check boxes do we have? The ones that are checked. Fantastic. I see it. I'm on the side. Fantastic. Ready? How many credit bureaus are there? Tony's jumping ahead. Right? 3. Right? 5 times 3 equals what, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, we got a bunch of 15s. Perfect. Ready? The only thing that we're changing in this box is the first box. We're putting 15 in the first box. The rest is default, default, default. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to count the green boxes. I'm going to times them by 3 credit bureaus. I'm going to change this to 15. I'm going to rock out. I'm going to change this to default, default, default. Why? Because that's what we do. That's it. This is one of the more aggressive attacks without getting into advanced methods. Does that make sense? Mr. Tim is on. Mr. Tim needs to unmute. Yes, Tim. Why would you do Innovis? What do you got a problem with Innovis with? No, you don't need to do Innovis. You don't need to do LexisNexis. You don't need to do any of that stuff. Software works without it. The only time you need to do that is for a bankruptcy. Got me? All right. Yes, Mr. Jones. Oh, you're not on mute. Okay. Yes. I mean, do you still own the money? So yeah. I'm not saying it to be rude, but if you owe somebody money, you want to pay the people that you owe money to. If that's something that works for you, yes. Nope. 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 Remove the account first. If it's already in delinquency, remove the account first, then start paying them. It's in delinquency then. Guys, a delinquency, a derogatory, or a collection is all a delinquency on your credit report. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that. If there is a delinquency on your credit report, you are going to remove it before you give them the opportunity to pay them off or do anything. Why? You do not want that delinquency on your credit report. Hey, look, I don't have any of my student loans on my credit report. I got rid of all of them. I don't need that garbage. I don't want that garbage. I don't need that. Anybody knowing that they want to pull that from back end data, that's great. But none of those student loans are on my credit report. Make sense, ladies and gents? Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Anybody else have any questions before I get up and go generate the letter? Remy. Good, how are you? Mm. Mm-hmm. No, sir. If it's not on the report, they're only pulling the report. They're not pulling any extra data. So if they're not pulling extra data, you don't need to worry about it. Yes, they can pull from LexisNexis and Innovis. That's why you're not supposed to freeze the secondary bureaus or do anything on the secondaries. But it's becoming rarer and rarer as we go forward, because they're changing the way that they're doing a lot of stuff. So we'll see what happens. Yes, sir. You can do it over here, just more costly. That's it. No problem, sir. Come on, Tony. I want to get done, man. It's already 2 hours I'm in here. I'm already 2 hours in here, bro. I want to get my Saturday back. They can either fix it or remove it. Yes. I'm not ending, guys. I just want to move on to the next section and generate the damn letter, so I can show you guys, and then I'll open up for Q&A, and then I'm gonna do like 25 minutes of Q&A, and then I'm done for the day. Well, there's no need for a student loan on your account. I'm sorry. I removed my shits off a long time ago. That's how I bought a house. Here you go. Click next. Oh, ready? Watch. I'm gonna show you guys how easy this is. I click next after I set everything up. I click OK. I click include all three bureaus. Oops. Include all three bureaus. I hit generate the letter. I'm done. That's it. That's it. That is literally it. Letters being generated right now. I think it's Ray. Did I? Oh shit, Ray, it's sending it to us. Yeah, yeah. Just cancel it out. Oh, okay, done. That's it, ladies and gents. We're completed. Now I'll show you what the letter looks like. So you guys, where the heck is my mouse? What the hell? Hold on, guys. My mouse is acting dumb. Seriously? Oh, crap. My computer decided to have a stupid moment, didn't it? I'm going to delete everything off the screen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. There's my mouse. Whew. My computer decided to have a stupid moment. Now that that's done, let me open up the account so you guys can actually see what a generated letter looks like. And we'll... Boom. This is what a generated letter looks like. Personal information. Attacked. Everything's done. Now if I go to the next letter, this is all personal information, right? Now I'm going to go over here. This is, these are inquiries. These are late payments. Let's go to charge-off. Here's what a charge-off looks like. Credit reports in there telling you everything they... I don't read this. I send this shit out. I've never read any of the letters that I've done. Well, okay, let me not be. The person that created the software, I know that I know him, and he taught me. He taught me everything what I knew in the credit industry from 15 years ago. So I don't read his letters because I know the way that he talks. And I think Malik's still in here. Yeah, Malik's in here. He's been rocking out. Prodigy, before Prodigy was Prodigy, it was actually letters that we got that we had to fill in all these data. And these data is ridiculous. And this stuff is ridiculous. So I don't read these letters. I know how good these letters are because I've been a part of it before they were even implemented into an AI. I know what they look like. I know what they sound like. I know what legal jargon he uses. I understand what he's doing. And look, for everybody that doesn't understand over here, when it comes down to some of the stuff, he's got to have a letter with intent to sue. Okay, here. Does this one have it? No, this one doesn't have it. Legally can exercise their civil rights and validity. Okay. Good morning, honey. Good morning, my little girl. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get done. You guys are not letting me finish. I want to go to my little girl. Come to daddy. Come to daddy, baby. Okay, I'm going to teach the rest of the class with my baby in my arm. If she wants to stay. Hi, bub. What do you want? You want Slothy? Thank you. Here you go. So, at the end of the day, Rodney's letters are very special. Thank you. I got 9? Oh, my God, bro. Holy crap. I wish. Man, you a special man. You a special man. What's the difference between this software and identity theft complaint and affidavit form? Well, you can use an affidavit form on this. You can use an affidavit form to put this on the fight for affidavit truth and fact on the front. But identity theft complaint, if you have identity theft, that's what you use. If you don't have identity theft, why would you even put that into this world? I don't believe in putting anything that's incorrect on a report. If you have identity theft, you should have a police report. You should have it documented what identity has been stolen, how it's been stolen. You should have made a police report immediately. If you don't have that, then you don't have identity theft. You should have made that immediately. A lot of these people teach you incorrect methods, and that's an incorrect method. I don't even whatchamacallit, I don't even touch base with that. That's why we utilize the software. The software does everything legally and abides by the law. 110%, and it has the thing with the letter with intent to sue, I think in round 2, but this is their first one. It's also given them a cease and desist letter and all that stuff in here. So that's why we physically mail the letters out. We don't backdoor method, any of that. Yeah, okay. I'm done. In the sentiment, I'll take a couple of questions, and then we'll go from there. I'll stop sharing my screen. I'm going to allow everybody to unmute themselves, and we'll go from there. All right. Unmute's open. Everybody's ready to rock and roll. Go for it. Now, the person that actually, where is it? Yeah, there you go, Mr. Robinson. I was like, you have been waiting patiently. You're the first one right now. Come to me. Talk to me. Loud and clear, sir. You really want to get me in trouble, don't you? You really want to get me in trouble. You can use the scorecard. Um, it doesn't work the way that you want it to. Truthfully, I used to do everything by hand. I used to write everything down. Uh, um, but uh, truth be told, that there is a software that does follow it for you. You can ask some of your peers in here, or ask Ray. Ray's got it in the back of his head, for that link, and I can help you on that base to show you how to do that. Okay, to track your scorecard with your clients. All right, go for it. Pam's. Mm-hmm. Send your send send your people in. Send them to me. If you send weight over, weight always gets discounted. Okay? If you send in weight over, I had one person who sending me 150 clients a month. Is very different than a person that sends me 2 clients a month. Okay? You can rely on that business over time, while a person that sends me 2 clients, they disappear. So if you're doing that, always come in. I'm a businessman. Just tell me what it is. We'll go from there. We'll set on a number and we'll go from there. Cool. Cool. All right. Let's get to the next. I got 2 more questions over here. Let's see. Yes, Mr. Timothy. Gotta unmute yourself, brother. I can't hear you. You talking to somebody you don't unmute. Yeah, loud and clear. Mm-hmm. So now, what I want you to do is, when you come in, ask for Ray, right? Ask for Ray. Ray's the gentleman that's over there, Ray Anderson. Ask for Ray when you submit your form in. Say Ray's got a discount. Ray's got a link for. Ray's got an extra discount for me, for something that had happened, and then that he'll know exactly what that is. No, wait. When you generate your next round, when you generate your next round, and then they're gonna start. Hey, do me a favor, send this over to Ray, because Ray knows what's going on with my file. Yes, when you start sending weight, and what do we consider weight? 10 to 15 clients. When you start sending 10 to 15 clients over, you guys get your own pricing structure. Okay? That's it. We had one client. Yeah, like I said, I had one client sending over 200 people over. I had another one sending 150 people over. Like, when you're sending weight, that's a different story. You're doing constant business with us. Now you become a commercial person and not an individual person. Okay? As a commercial person, you deserve a little bit of a discount. Yes. 15 clients or more in a month. Good question. Very good question. Every client's profile is different. Every client's cost is different. Every client's setup is different. Sherman, you asked me something in the beginning of the class. You asked me, how do I charge people? Okay, I'm not going to give you the full answer to that, but I'm going to elaborate on your eyes. Okay? Yes, you can charge them $50 and make them pay for printing. Don't waste your time. Let the system do what it needs to. Because what happens if one of those persons has like 40 or 50 different negatives on that? That could be 120 different pages. Not 120 different letters. Do you want to sit there and lick and stamp 120 different letters? No. I know. I'm sitting at you. You're like, what? No. You don't. You don't want to be folding. You don't want to be printing. You don't want to be doing all that stuff. Tell them that they got to pay for printing and pay you $50 for you to generate the letter while you work. While you work through it. Charge them 50. Charge them 50. You know why I tell you charge them 50? You still wet behind the ears. You still wet behind the ears. Charge them 50. And when you charge them 50, that'll go from there. Make sense? All right. Alicia, good morning. How are you? We never made it to Atlanta yesterday. Uh-oh. Okay. Atta girl. Just run. Uh-oh. Atta girl. Atta girl. Atta girl. Mm-hmm. Just wait 30 days after that. Same tactic. Same tactic. Same tactic. Do exactly what you did again. Like we teach you on Friday, do the exact same tactic again. Do not, and this time if you send it out mail with tracking, wait until to get to the mail with tracking so you know it's there and call them right beforehand and be like, I just sent my letters in. Don't send me that garbage stall tactic. Atta girl. The date wasn't on there for the inquiry where? Oh, well, I don't mess with those. I don't mess with those. Don't bring that up in this class, girl. But yes, you gotta make. Don't bring that up in this class because I'm not confusing people. That's that Friday class day. You talk to Dre about that crap. I don't deal with that crap. No, legally by law, they have to. But what happens is that's called the stall tactic. You just wait until the next round and send your next round out. That's why the 15-day attack. That's why the 15-day attack profile exists. No problem. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure talking with you. All right, Avent. Avent Fields. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. All right, Ms. Lee, you're up. Up, there he is. Mm-hmm. It's there. I'm on Dion software. Darius' software is the same exact thing with his logo on top. You know, you don't need the monkey. You just need FICO fixers. All of it's the same thing. Duh, I don't like I said at the beginning of class. If you weren't here for the beginning of class, make sure you're on time next time. I said it at the beginning of class. I don't know what you guys are, what things are done. I don't know what promotions are done. You need to get into your community and find out how they're gonna get that over to your community. I have no clue how that works. I'm literally a part of the printing company. I just teach these classes. I, I mean, if the owner is not responding back to you, how would you want me to respond back to you? But like I said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what they said. Yeah, do me a favor, right? If you're into software, write a support ticket, see what support can do for you. But otherwise, I don't know what they did, what they said, how they do it. So get in there and ask them next time. How do we get access to this? Oh, somebody said it. So bro, you have to send an email. There you go. Thank you, Remy. I and let everybody goes too. Yo, man, you opened up a can of worms. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Remy Easton VIP posted it. Remy, if you can get that email address, that would be fantastic. So we can get that over to them ASAP. And then I will get clarification with that on Monday in Monday's thing, with anybody that's running it, to let me know what to do with that. If you guys are not done by Friday, not Friday, by Wednesday, I'll have an answer for you from on Wednesday about that, on how to get your access to your credits. Because like I said, I don't know, but Monday we have like a team meeting to go over all this stuff, and I'll have them tell me how to do that. I have no problem figuring it out. I already wrote it in my notes, but as of right now, I have no clue. I would tell you to go back to whoever sent you in and let them tell you how to do that. I would assume it's writing a support ticket. I would assume, but I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Okay. The next time I run a call is Wednesday. There's calls every day except for Friday and Sunday. I will be, well, yes, if you don't have, hopefully you write a support ticket and hear from the team before then, but yeah, if you have to hear from me Wednesday, there's a bigger problem amidst at that point. All right. All right. Miss Lee. Oh, there you go. Info at dariusbenders.co. Beautiful. Right in the chat. Thank you, Remy. Thank you for your help. Yes, sir. No, 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 no. You got to raise your hand to be in line. Nope. 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 I'm sorry. There's 4 other people waiting ahead of you. Yes, Miss Lee. Yes, ma'am. Did you do a whole BK? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. Boom, 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 boom. Absolutely. Let's lower this. When I go to, I don't have a BK on this account, so I have to do it on my account. That's why I don't do BKs on, whatchamacallit, on Wednesday and Saturdays. It's only on mine, and they don't want me using my profile. So if I come over here, I go over here. Now, as anybody who said that it's not you didn't got the monkey, look, here's another software. I love showing people how many different software there are. Ready? Here we go. Here's a BK. So if I come over here, I do it myself. I come over here, I select the thing. I do it normally. Ow, 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 ow. When I pull up the BK over here, you see this add image over here? Come on, girl. I'm talking to you. Click choose image, and that's it. Done. And then do your all Innovis, LexisNexis, all that stuff. If that's what you wanted or no? That's it, madam. No, no problem. Done. Oscar, were you before Dayona or after? I don't remember. Whatever the case, you're first in line right now, and then we'll get you there. What's up? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That keep going. Mm-hmm. My wife made this for me. My wife is the one that owns the printing company, guys. There we go. My wife is the one. She owns an actual legit printing company. It's a franchise. Yeah, I don't get the camera will shut off. So she makes all this stuff. We used to sell them to people, but we made a bunch of them and people stopped buying them. So eventually we'll make them again, but yeah, that's all that she used to make those by hand. I love that. Come on, co- come into a Friday class where I could talk a little more freely. Um, No, Friday's my private class for my private community. Everybody that prints with me has the ability to join a Friday class. If you're printing with me and haven't joined a Friday class, I don't know what's holding you back. Um, yeah, join a. Everybody has the ability to come over here and join. Oh, everybody has the ability to join a. Oh, thank you, baby. I needed. I needed that. I needed that. Um, everybody has the ability. Daddy's almost done. Everybody has the ability to join one free Friday class. If you're in this class, Ray will drop the link in a few seconds. Okay. Once you have that link, join a Friday class and we'll go over all that stuff. There's a lot of questions that we answer. I usually have my business partner on, and our communities in there. So I'm teaching my community on Friday, and we go through advanced tactics on Friday. It's every Friday at 3 p.m. EST. So if you're on the West Coast, yeah. Okay, and then yes, Oscar, we can have a conversation about that. And because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I don't. Your accountability coach told you it's not possible. I know people were doing $500,000 in this business. As as okay. Dayona, Miss Burris. Um, no. 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 Get started. Just get started. And what I mean by get started, take Cash App, take Zelle, take all that stuff, get started. Make sure the business is viable. Don't ever waste money if you don't know there's any viability. Okay? And that goes for everybody in here. Everybody's telling you, oh, go do this, and go do this, and go do this, and go do this, and there's no viability. No, 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 no. Okay? Make sure you can get clients. Make sure you can keep getting clients. Make sure you have your marketing down. Make sure you have all this stuff down. Okay? If you don't have a mentor, go find a mentor. Okay? Once you have all this stuff down, okay, that's when you're like, okay, now it's time to go into the LLC. Because what are you going to get an LLC for 4 people and then you drop down to 1? I just wasted money on an LLC. Okay? I wasted money on payment processing. I wasted money on all that stuff. But what happens if you get started and you go from 4 to 54? Girl, you got a good problem. Okay? And that's what we... Ray, drop it in the link. No problem. All right. Asia, you still got a question or no, girl? If you don't, can you please put your hand down? I'm trying to finish up. Oscar, you question or no? Sales and customer service. Oh my God, sales and customer service is key, guys. In this industry, customer service is that. Advin, you still have a question? Yes or no? Ah, this is my business partner. 3 p.m. EST. Okay, I'm unmuting. Oh, that coffee's fantastic. Yo, what's up, Mr. Timothy? Just click on the link, copy it, and paste it into your calendar if you're having a hard time. That's what people have been telling me. That one works. That's why. Yeah, click the link for the Zoom, save it in your calendar with date that says 3 p.m. with a notification. That's the best way to do it, so you'll join in on time on Friday. I go on advanced tactics. I'm telling everybody over here, the reason that we start at 3 p.m. is because it goes 5 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, it goes 5 hours. All right? Jamel, you're going to be the last one today, and I think I just have William because William's got a problem with his screen, but that you're going to be my last question. It's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Jamel, come off mute, my friend. Jamal? Did I say Jamel? My bad. Jamel. I'm just getting my coffee. My wife was awesome that she made me coffee. So, my bad. Hi. The YouTube chat, the YouTube links that were posted in, both YouTube channels will have this one. One has it live right now. It'll be uploaded as soon as I stop the live. And the other one will have it after we go through and get rid of all the questions from everybody and make it condensed. As we can see, this is 2.5 hours right now. That's why I was like, I gotta end this. This is going way too long. But you'll get it and you'll see it. It's like the video is like an hour and 15 minutes long when I actually just go through it with no question. When you go into this, okay, you go into the printing over here. When you're selecting printing and mailing services, you see Ali Badi. That's me. Hi, how you doing? I'm him. I like having fun, guys. At the end of the day, I'm up now. Before, if you remember when I got in the beginning of the call, I was half dead. So, yeah, that's me. I can't like again, like I said, I don't badmouth anybody else, but at the end of the day, like this is me. I'm here. I'm on the call. Like I go through it with you guys. That's how we make sure our employees get paid and everything. So, everybody that does print with us, the appreciation is that we spend this time with you guys, and that's what it is. You know, I give extra because of that. Any, any other questions? No. Wednesday, I teach Wednesday and Saturday class. I teach my own private class on Friday, and I think they want to add me to a Monday class, but I think it's a a sales call. I don't know yet. I'll find out on Monday this week more, and I'll have everything. But right now, Wednesday and Saturday are my classes, and we'll be able to go from there. Okay, guys? No problem, guys. All right, William, you're my last one. I want, if everybody can leave, respectfully, I don't want William sharing his screen over here. I'm actually going to end the stream. I want to see what's going on with his, so make sure that we're going right. Joanne, call Ray to get your score machine done and fixed. Uh, my boy was, hi, Bubba. Hi, baby girl. Daddy's almost done. All right, William, it's up to you. What happened, hon? Yes, Will. Oh, what's up? When you select your client, yes. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sorry. I want to get done, guys. I'm like literally I got my baby waiting for me. This class was supposed to be an hour long. I keep going over every week. Will, I'm waiting on you, buddy. What's up, buddy? Stop stream. We're stopping stream. Yeah, yep, brother. That's what I'm trying to do.